What's up, YouTube campers? This is Mr. Errett, and I just wanted to introduce myself and the project that I've been working on. Well, it's been probably about a year now. So this is a 1977 Jayco camper, 16 foot, and I picked it up last year for 600 bucks, thinking it would be a quick, fun, easy little project to get the family out on the road doing a little bit of camping. And boy, was I wrong. So, like I said, here we are, a year later, and still not camping, project still not finished. So I thought I'd start to share. I did a lot of documenting of the work that I was doing with the camper, and I thought I would start to share that with the YouTube community. So anybody that's thinking about picking up a vintage travel trailer like this one, they just have a better understanding than I did going into the project of what it's going to be like and what you can expect and the types of things you're going to have to do to get it ready to actually use. Now, of course, every trailer is going to be a little bit different, but I think probably in general, you're going to run into, if you're looking into redoing an old travel trailer like this one, you're going to run into probably a lot of the same issues that I've had here. So without talking too much in this video, I want to play for you my initial tour of this camper after I brought it home. And in it, I kind of go over the ideas of things that I'm going to do to it, which a lot of that still holds true, but what's comical is just how clueless I am about what I am getting into in this project. So without playing it up too much, here's that video. I'll come in at the end with some additional thoughts. So this is the new camper, new used camper, slightly used, only been used for about 40 years. This is a 1977 Jayco, and it's pretty much original condition at this point. I mean, not original condition, it's original. It's not the original condition. So we just picked this up. The plan is to remodel it and use it a little bit. Just trying to get here the feel and capture the before of it, so you can get kind of a good idea of what the space is like right now. And I'll give you a little bit of a tour. So right now I'm sitting in the little kitchenette. I don't have any power hooked up right now, so I just got a little LED light going, but we've got, so this is where I was sitting, is a little like kitchenette, and that all folds down into, so that table folds down, and then you've got a bed. Those mattresses lay out into a bed, or those cushions lay out into a bed right there. Up above, I think this used to be some sort of a bunk, but it's been like secured in place, so it can't be used as a bunk anymore. But I think what we're gonna do is probably take out this and just put a shelf here, like a cubby. Turn it into just like a cubby to where we just have like a bungee cord that's holding up, so it's just like a shelving system instead of cupboards, just to open up the space a little bit. There's definitely like a little bit of damage. This is all pretty much like rotted out over here. It's gonna need to be replaced. You can see like they've kind of rigged up some stuff back over here. So we got there's a little bit of structural stuff that needs to be done, but not too bad. So we'll address any of that we have to. Otherwise, it's mainly going to be tearing it down and replacing it with like newer stuff, newer paneling and things like that, and new cushions, and just making it clean and updated for our use. But anyway, back to the tour. Back to the tour. So that's the kitchenette area. Over here, you've got this big like cabinet space that they've rigged up a new fridge in. The previous owner had rigged up a new fridge in. We're gonna get rid of this whole thing, and I'm just gonna build a new little like end table type situation here with like storage, probably where we'll just keep like a cooler down there. So this is an old furnace. We don't know if it works. It's propane. We're just going to tear it out. And then the rest of this is just like little cabinets and shelving and things like that. So we'll retain some like a little bit of storage down here, but mainly it's going to be taken out and turned into just like a short end table, because we're probably going to just lay this down and just have a bed here the whole time. I don't think we're going to really have the kitchen set there. And then I think if we have a little table, over there, it'll be good. Over here's the kitchen, and again we've got an old like propane stove. We don't want to mess with updating the propane like lines and all that, so I'm gonna move this over to the side here. You can probably actually, you know what? Let's see if we can rig this up a little bit here. No, I don't think that's gonna work. Wait, we'll just set it over like that. So we're gonna tear out this. Again, it's not in like terrible shape. It's actually in pretty decent shape, to be honest with you, as far as like the drawers and stuff go. It's not in terrible shape, but we are going to tear that out and put in a new countertop. We'll keep the sink, we'll keep the faucet, but we're gonna we'll paint all this and we'll put a new counter on it and stuff, so it looks nice. Got another couch over here, another little seating area. Of course, again, we're going to get cushions replaced. I think how we're going to do that is basically just get some memory foam mattresses, and I think we're just going to lay one there. I don't think we're going to mess with even cutting it up. And then over here, I think we'll get one and we'll just cut it in two and then upholster it. And that'll be the second bed over here. So it folds out, and that works pretty nice. There's also some cabinet space under here as well that we'll use for storage. We've also got, whoops, go ahead and bring my light with me. We've got a little cabinet over here, and again we'll paint this and put a new counter on that, and yeah, and then what's kind of cool about this old camper, and a lot of them don't have these, is we actually have a shower in here that functions still. It's a weird 70s yellow color, but it still functions. You can see there used to be even a toilet over here, but that's been removed. The previous owner had a little porta potty thing in here. We'll probably actually use something similar to that. And I don't know what we'll do with this space. We may just leave it yellow, just because this thing is a single piece contained unit, and it's in good shape still. So I think at least at first we'll probably just leave this as is. It might look a little weird compared to the rest of the updated camper, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the tour. All the windows work. You can see there's just a little bit more storage space over here. So yeah, we're gonna get her fixed up and use it for a summer. I'm going to go ahead and step back here a little bit, and we'll get a view of looking the other direction over here. So kind of sit back and you can get a good shot of that. But we're excited. It's not in bad shape considering it's a 1977. We pulled it home and it made it, and it's raining right now and it's not leaking at all. even though you can see that it has in the past. But that's to be expected with a 1977. So like I said, it's going to be a fun little project. I think even today we might toss the cushions and try to start tearing this big beast out of here, because I think once this gets torn out, and we have just kind of a normal size countertop table there, I think that's really going to open up the space and make it look really nice. And then we'll have a spot here where we can put drinks or food or a laptop or anything like that. And then instead of having the stove over here, we'll just have countertop, and we'll just probably have like a little cabinet down below where we can keep a portable, like little Coleman, like 2-burner grill that we can take in or out as we need to, and we'll just use the little bottles of propane for that as necessary. Yeah, so all in all, it's a pretty cute little camper, and we are excited to do something with it. Yeah. Former self, you have no idea what you're getting into. So you could see it's comical now to watch that, initial walkthrough and me talking about, a little bit of damage here, fun little project. Obviously, it's turned out to be much, much, much more than that. So, what are my thoughts after going back and seeing that initial video? I think anybody that's considering getting a vintage camper, you need to look very, very closely at it, and probably, if any sort of repair work, and I mean any sort of repair work, has been done to it, assume the worst. Assume that it's all rotted out and that it's just been covered up. It may look like it's held together fairly well, but once you dig down into it, I bet if there's any signs of water damage, any signs that like things have been like repaired, so if I'm talking like a bunch of silicone on the seams or things like that, assume the worst. Assume the worst. And if you want, now this camper, we probably could have used it like as it was, it to go to little trips and things like that. Like nothing, I wouldn't have dared to do anything too far with it. Um, it was just sitting by like a river as like a cabin, in which case, as long as you don't care about it being like a little like mildewy, moldy, maybe it could have been used. For us, I'm not comfortable with that. So once I started digging and I found out how bad it was, I just decided to gut it and tear into it and get it fixed. So just know what you're getting into and I would say assume the worst. Assume the worst. $600 sounds like a good deal for an old camper, but when you start talking about the time and the money for new materials to go into it, it adds up quick, especially the time. Especially the time. So I'll get into more detail on all of this and all the decisions I've made on this camper and all the stuff that I've done to it since then. But those will be coming in future videos. So if you're interested in seeing how an old camper gets fixed up, or one way to fix it up, I'm not necessarily saying it's the right way or I'm some sort of expert, but I can give you my experience on it. So there will be plenty more of those videos to come. So if you're interested, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. See you soon.